Many of the same Antifa actors who hijacked the Black Lives Matter message were behind the Not My President anarchy following Trump's victory in 2016.
I always want to look on the positive side and hope that people will wake up to this being completely not the American way of doing things. But I do think most people are expecting it to be crazy in November and really either outcome.
Texas Eagle Forum President Cindi Castilla believes flyover country is sick and tired of the East and left coast dictating their lives.
I think we have people who are just going about life and doing it as well as they can and supporting their family. I think those people will be emboldened.
Nick Rankovich, News Radio 740 KTRH.
We've seen a lot of violence and we've seen a fair amount of destruction, statues being torn down and the like. Is this just the beginning? Will things get better once we have a November election, or will things get worse? Joining us to talk about it, Cathie Adams, first VP of Eagle Forum. I don't know that we have any consensus on whether they get better or worse, and it might very well depend on how the election turns out, Cathie.
Well, I think whether the election turns out that Donald Trump wins re-election, which I certainly hope he will, or not, I don't think that Black Lives Matter is going to be any different. I don't think that the acting up that we are witnessing is going to be different. Why? Because, as you have already stated, these are Marxists, and this is what Marxists do. We've got to understand our history. Otherwise, we'll be lost in the future.
You know, when they stopped getting funded, however, and I'm talking about the Antifa part of the crowd, the Occupy crowd. Remember Occupy Wall Street? That just kind of dribbled away once the money went away. Can you see that happening, or do you think the money's always going to be there to keep this going?
Well, I think that there's always going to be George Soros out there and his minions. But I think that the money is really important. If we have a group that is designated as a terror group, our president is strong. He is doing the right thing to say then money cannot go to terror groups. This is not just Donald Trump. This precedes him, and it's good for America. We want what is good for all of us. We want our families to be safe again.
You know, I'm thinking that probably a lot of these corporations who are making donations to Black Lives Matter, really, they think they are helping an organization that is, you know, pro-African American and pro-African American rights. I don't think they realize what it is they're funding. Or do you think they know what they're funding?
I don't think they know what they're funding, and so let's give them the credit, the benefit of a doubt. But let's look forward and say, what is a good investment? You know, I went in to vote this week, and it was very interesting because one black man said to another, called him a brother. And I thought, you know what? We're brothers. We're brothers, though, through our faith. Why now are we brothers because of skin color? We're brothers because we're Americans. Why now because of skin color? I just really hope that we can get over this self-centeredness and start thinking again as Americans. We are the United States of America, not just states, but peoples. We're a melting pot. Let's become that again. Let's remember our roots. Let's remember not just the pain of our history. We've got people from different ethnic backgrounds who have suffered, and we acknowledge that. We acknowledge the wrongs, but we also look forward and say, let's be united in the future.
All right, Cathie, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. First VP at Eagle Forum, Cathie Adams, here on News Radio 740 KTRH.